Hey everybody, Rodham here for another episode of Europa Community Challenge. So in this episode, I have a lot of construction projects that I want to get to. So I'm gonna set cross to do them as a higher priority because they're important. And what I'm doing right now won't make any sense to you initially, but it will eventually. You'll understand it, it'll piece together. That I promise. So I just built a bunch of new tables. I queued those up last episode. We got them built this episode. And I am planting cotton on them. Oh, really? Really? There we go. He stopped while it was like 99% done. Yeah, so a bunch of new construction projects, as I said. So I'm gonna start that up. Blackjack here, you could wear the warm buffalo. Alright, here we go. Cross. Cross joining in. Showing everyone up by doing it faster. And everything soon will make sense. Oh, Liam. Well done building those walls, but next time maybe don't build them on your head. Alright, so concrete. Done, done, done. Alright, I'm going to expand the roof area because I don't really care about the kill box being unroofed. I'm fine with it being roofed up. And then I'm going to also expand the snow dig area because I move about my base a lot more than raiders do. I'd rather have the freedom of speedy mobility. Yes. So I'm going to dig all this out. There we go. There's some other little things I wanted to do. Ooh. Which was to add in more plasteel doors so I can move about the base a bit faster. So I'm going to get those built as well. We have a bunch of food poisoning. Blackjack, what's going on, man? You're a good cook. Why are you poisoning us? Everyone's puking. It's like Stand By Me pie eating contest. So these additional little doors will be quite nice. I remembered I left a hanging home zone out there. Go ahead and fix that. Alright, so we are starting to have perimeter doors. Nope. Criminal surgeon. Yeah, I don't really need a criminal. I don't know what kind of backstory that is, but it doesn't sound like a helpful one. Alright. That's only the start of the somewhat redesign. I don't want to say redesign. I want to say just like gutting, remodeling-ish. It's not like a full-blown redesign or anything. Not reinventing the wheel here. All this will make sense real soon, I promise. So now the bedrooms are bigger, grander, more expansive, which will be quite nice, I think. As soon as we clean up the puke out of them. That is the caveat. Oh, and we have an eclipse. Alright. Of all things to happen, eclipse is kind of minor. I don't really care. Sexton, guess what, buddy? You have to clean up all the vomit. Alright, so we have made some holes for the additional plasteel doors that we wanted. So let's go fill them with plasteel doors. It's weird that we have plenty of plasteel. It's not a material that we are in short supply of, which is strange. And I would say the base is definitely more mobility. Alright, so we have a lot of scythers and 2 big mechs. Not bad. I'll take scythers over inferno mechs just about every day of the week. And I'm going to make sure to haul that stuff out of the way first. So here comes 5 scythers. They might actually make it into the kill box. I guess we'll see. Should be ready for that if they do. Alright, took him out. And repair. Actually, Blackjack's kind of the worst repair person. I could just leave it as is. I'm not all that worried about the them doing all that much damage. Alright, so these bedroom footprints are bigger and better, but there's still debris and crap inside of them. Alright, so we have an Infernal Launcher that's coming up. It's going to start setting things on fire. That was to be expected. It's going to slow time down a little bit while we sleep. But I'm not even going to wake up for this. I think we'll be fine. It's more of a nuisance than anything else. Let's see, how much rest do these guys need? Yeah, they could use some more rest. You know, I'm gonna wake them all up. Just make this fight a little bit shorter. Plus, we have a random open door here. We don't really want these mechs getting any closer. Alright, one's already downed. It's just the Inferno left. Alright, they're aiming at Cross. I got Cross back. I thought in time, but I guess not. And they're all dead. Easy peasy. Just putting out the rest of the fires. Cross is patching himself up. Connecting it to the dead conduit, the unpowered conduit, and we're all set. Not too bad, right? Burned my gear a little bit more. Guess that was to be expected. Alright, so we have a lot of tidy up, clean up, repairs to do, which will be my focus for now. Making sure we get all that tidied up and repaired. But we have, I think, all of our plasteel doors, so we have a lot more base mobility, which is good. The next thing I want to do is queue up a lot more meals for travel. Travel meals. So I'm going to create a new stockpile zone here. Name it travel meals. Give it a very important designation. And then I'm going to lift the ban on Butcher. And I forbid all the other animals other than wargs, so we're going to be butchering the wargs first. So as you can see, we have two comms consoles, and that's mostly because I'm repurposing this area. And I've removed a little light thing that was bothering everyone, so y'all can chill about that. That's right, I told you to chill. These bedrooms obviously have yet to be truly improved, as they're still pretty dumpy nasty. Still got puke in them. Sexton, what are you working on? Cargo pods. Ooh, of uranium. Something I actually need for once. Who would have thought? Alright, so this area is going to be for the advanced component bench. I'm not going to build it until I have uranium, but now that I just got uranium, it might be actually useful. And then I wanted to queue up some toques once I have the cotton for it. The cloth hasn't grown out yet, but it will. Alright, Mr. Liam, could we clean out this area? Bedrooms are getting slightly nicer as a result. So, Slycat gave me a neat little tip. The AI ship that you travel to, you have to defend, but the one you build, you don't. So that changes things a little bit for me. I don't need to worry about a giant raid when I build my ship. They don't target it any more than they would any other part of my base. Which means I just need to wall it off and I should be fine. Which is very, very good news. Yes, what else? Alright, so these meals are finally 10 stacked. I'm going to forbid them. And the reason for it is I'm going to research refining and transport pods in order to trade with neighbors, because I think trading with neighbors is going to be probably the most reliable way of getting my uranium. I can't rely on cargo pods of uranium like this. Plus, that's not very much uranium out there. That's probably a 50th or 100th or even less than I totally need in the end. Alright, I'm going to change the work now to lay off the construction so I do more research with Cross. And I think what I'm going to do is take everyone else off of growing as well. Just have Cross do it, because he yields higher amounts. I don't need them failing or whatever. Alright, so the base is much cleaner than it was before, which is awesome. No, I don't want to consume the meal, I want to haul the meal. Here's another 10 stack. Escape pod. Zellion. Masochist, trigger happy. No, I think you're going to lay there. I think you're going to get stripped though. They're not a terrible pawn. It's just, there's only, unless they're like a super pawn, there's only so many mouths I want to feed. And they are no super pawn. Alright, so now that we have this set up, we can reinstall it so it's less in the way. Maybe even add another stool to it. That way everyone has a seat at the table, so to speak. Oh, Ezra Pirate, yeah, you're not supposed to be buried there. Because they are, yeah, they're hostile. I wanted, what's her name to be buried in that grave. In this one. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Critical, allow all. Liam, guess what? You get to bury Zellion. And all these other graves just got full of people that don't belong in there as well. Which would be my fault. Yep, violence unit. VO. VO. Yep. Alright, so let's say no one's allowed in here. Let's go ahead and bury the VOs. And I think it corrected all the graves. Alright, Sexton, you can go to sleep. You don't have to bury that last one. Don't worry about that quite yet. Bulk goods trader. Wunderbar. Blackjack, I think that's you. I'm gonna sell off my PEM, sell off my leathers, sell the drugs for a little bit of extra scratch and the leaves. Keep the limestone blocks. Maybe buy a little bit of wood. Buy 54 wood. Sell off the clothing that I never intend to wear. Alright, unfortunately... Oh, here's a parka. Good. Yes, very good. Let's see, do they have anything else that's really warm? No? I suppose? That's too bad. They don't have uranium. They have Nuturamine, which I'm going to buy. And I don't think there's anything for me to balance the books with. No, there isn't. That's fine. Books be unbalanced. So now Cross can eventually wear this alpaca wool and be warm if he needs to be. If he's doing inside tasks, it matters a lot less, obviously. Alright, that's 10. Let's haul those up and forbid them. Cross is cranking away on refining, and then we'll do some transport pods. What party? Everyone likes parties. So I have one more body left to haul, but let's have everyone attend this beautiful party. It's not beautiful, obviously, as we don't really have any beauty in the base, but we could pretend. Alright. That's a bit of a mood booster. It's what, good for a 10 or 11? A little bit less if you attended less. And now, with very little to do, my guys are hauling everything around. Soon we'll be hauling slag. Yeah, they're already going to haul some slag. And I'd say this is a pretty well-kept base. Alright, so we have Raider Graves available. We're moving the slag around. I guess it's a fine time to make the component assembly bench. I think I'm going to bring that uranium in soon. So, yeah, I'll let you rest. Once someone's next up, we'll go grab that uranium. Alright, Liam, it's gonna be you, buddy. We're just about, oh no, we have a bunch more wargs left to butcher. Alright, so the component assembly bench is constructed. It's gonna stay off for now, but constructed. So Liam, you got the uranium. Ain't that swell? Which means I need to start on my ship. I think I'm gonna do it here. Which means moving a bunch of graves. Next, I'm gonna build a ship down here. More cargo pods of raw fungus. Something new. I'm not gonna turn my head up to food though. Let's go get the raw fungus. So let's read about the raw fungus, because I knew in the patch notes that it came, but I don't really know what it does. If we cook with it, I'm not exactly sure. But it is decaying quite quickly without a roof. Come on. There we go. Got all the raw fungus. We're almost done with all of our travel meals. We're reburying a bunch of people, and then I'm just gonna, you know, start building a ship down here, which is exciting. I want more of the ship research done so I can lay out a decent, smart footprint before I build the ship. So it needs one of each part and 3 engines. So I need space for 3 engines and 4 cryosleep caskets. 2 turtle doves and a partridge and a pear tree, apparently. It's an expensive endeavor, and I'm not going to get that done for a while. I thought this challenge would be a bit quicker, but they've definitely added layers of difficulty into Beta 18 that I was not expecting. And as such, this challenge will take a bit longer. Alright, so that raw fungus is just acting as a vegetable. Nothing special about it. There are some special property things in this beta, and raw fungus is not one of them. There are some new mushrooms that are better. Alright, but I want to tailor and grow. So we're making the toques now, because everyone is wearing pretty crappy toques. We can do better than that. Poor toque, that sucks. Are we illuminated here? Yeah, it's lit. Not sure why you're pumping out poor toques. Alright, burying the last of the bodies. There's a good one. Let's give it to Liam. We need just a few more. Well, flash dome, that's cool. A few more meals to fill up our stockpile, and then we'll forbid it again. Alright, I think I cranked out a few more toques while I wasn't looking. Here's a good one that Sexton can wear. And then I need one more to make up for that poor one that I don't want to wear. That's enough meals. Boom. Travel meals are done. Just make sure that this is correct. Unpause at 83, make up to 89. That looks great. He's hucking horseshoes through cross. Come on, Cross, just finish that. Alright, that's another good toque. Guess what, Blackjack? I get to wake you up. Let's put the lights a little bit closer to the crafting tables. There, I guess. Where is Liam? Liam, you can work on that. Ooh, or you're gonna vomit. Gross. Well, luckily, I don't think you're my default cleaner, but I'm gonna make you clean up after yourself anyway. It's only right. So I have a little bit of cloth left over, 57. So that's not going to be enough to carpet up all the stuff we want, but we'll start on it. And I still have more cotton to be grown for that very reason. So now I think Blackjack, having made all his meals, is going to butcher a bunch of the wargs. And that's fine. I'm just going to have to make some extra room to store the meat. That might be the last warg. Died of cold, huh? Oh yeah, because we left the doors open. That would explain it. We don't have a whole heck of a lot of steel, do we? Alright, so if we are going to want... Well, I'm going to finish the transport pods. So we have a refinery, and I was thinking of putting it here. Because it's close to the rice that is basically going to fuel a refinery. So I'm zooming out to bird's eye, forbidding all of the scythers, because I want to break down caterpillars. We only have the one. Alright, let's not leave that in the hallway. Ooh, some zzz. Use the backup batteries. Put out the fire. Alright, where is the conduit that got zapped? Huh. I think we put it out so quickly that it didn't even get destroyed. It's kind of nice. Alright, Cross. You're eating your meal. But now I want you machining. We need steel. So I'm actually going to turn these off for right now, because we are low on power. Running off of our backup batteries. Okay, we just got transport pod. Back to the rest of the ship. Alright, the refinery is almost set. Kind of wish we had a bit more wind power right now, because our batteries are low. And I think they're going to be okay. We're not in any risk of a brownout quite yet. They are charging back up, but I feel a little bit better if we made more progress in that arena. Moving some of the heaters around. So I think moving that heater will make Cross's bedroom better. I don't feel great about Sexton being the one that makes the refinery. Let's have Cross do it. We also need dead power here. And we have no transport pods yet. We don't actually have a lot of steel at the moment, so we need to smelt some. I'm gonna flick off my backup power. So the normal batteries are slowly filling back up in a reasonable way. Alright, so it looks like everyone's slag hauling, which is interesting. All right, so was I right? Yes, slightly impressive, slightly impressive, slightly impressive, slightly impressive. Perfect. All right, so they're all slag hauling. And maybe I'll be slag smelting soon. And I think we're growing enough rice that, well, the problem is some of it's going to be turned into chem fuel in a minute. Speaking of chem fuel, I need a safe place to store it because it's very volatile and combustible. So I'm going to put it up here when I make it. What is it? Manufactured chem fuel. There's also some other research I want done first. Drug production. I bought a bunch of Nuturamine, and the idea was to take Nuturamine, cloth, and herbal meds and turn it into regular meds so I can actually have a hospital bed and vitals monitor in case of bad infections and the like. So that's what that was for. Okay, so I'm going to have blackjack, crank out some slag steel. There's still certainly a lot of slag out there left to haul. Just making sure I have it all flagged. We're doing a pretty good job of bringing it in. I mean, if you look, we have 14 pieces of slag, 15 if you count the one we just melted. So it's progress. But obviously there's probably a few hundred out there. Not 100, a few, like somewhere in the 30s or something. 30 more pieces of slag or so. But that's all progress to be made, I suppose. So I know I haven't actually built this ship yet. As I said, I really want all the ship research done so I can lay out a nice footprint, because I don't want to start building pieces of the ship and then realizing my layout was misguided or inefficient or something. Alright, so now that we have drug production, we can build a drug lab. And of course we don't have a lot of steel, so it's using up most of what we have. And a lot of our wood as well. I don't know why he carries such little handfuls of wood, but whatever. Alright, so we have a proper drug lab now. Everything's complaining about bad temperature. I don't care. I know. There's only so much I can do in this frozen wasteland. Which also means... Ooh, peace talks opportunity. No thanks. I'm going to put my Nuturamine here and my cloth here. We'll just call it Nutro. Might as well name it. And then cloth. Cloth. Alright, let's put my cloth there. Cloth there. Which is textiles. Cloth. And then... eventually we'll have other things, but... you know, because we'll make other drugs with our resources. But for now, Nuturamine cloth for the meds is fine. Don't really have a good spot for a hospital, but we'll figure one out, I'm sure. Hauling that slag in. Nice. I feel very satisfied with how smoothly this base is being run. Another thing I could do is store armors here. And it's not just going to be armor, it's going to be shield bolts as well. So let's do that. And that way, alright, allow non-dead, shield belt, and armor vests. That way we can find them more easily when we need them. If they're all in one nice stockpile. What's going on in this little world? So those peace talks aren't actually that far. And Blackjack isn't a bad socializer. It's just the tribe hasn't attacked me in forever, basically. I can never buy uranium off the tribe, so what's the point? I don't really see a point to befriending tribes if it will never benefit me. So I'm not going to. Simply put. Alright, so let's add... We will make 175 from organics. From rice. That will free up some space because it's filling up. Man, they're just hauling everything everywhere. Because, let's see. 35 times 5 equals 175. Yep. Did that awesome math in my head real quick. Really wasn't awesome. I shouldn't gloat over simple math. Smithies don't need... I'm trying to look around. I know I destroyed my stonecutter table, but unless we get another meteorite, I'm not likely to need stonecutters. Oh, and all this rice is ready to harvest. Let's get to it. We just used a bunch of our rice up. So, does Blackjack have friends? Not really. It's kind of not surprised by that. So it's the 1st of December. Decemberary or whatever. Which means we're headed to the coldest part of the year, I guess. Wow, hauling more slag. We are doing a pretty good job of clearing out the slag, I've got to say. It's been going faster than I thought. Alright, so we have our 175 chem fuel. We don't have transport pods, but we will. We will. I don't know off the top of my head whether transport pods block wind turbines, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to be walling off area for the ship, so we can wall off area for transport pods as well. So that doesn't really set us back any. Sir Ethikabe says, expand your food. I think he probably said that before he realized I had done that in last episode. So I don't think I need more tables than this. 10 tables for 4 people is plenty. Gerda Hessel said, it was fun to see me sweat on the AI core. Yeah, I was coming down at the wire. Like, there was not a whole lot of time for me to do what I needed to do. But the fact that it was unguarded made it pretty easy. However, if it was guarded, having a Doomsday launcher and a triple rocket launcher, plus sniper rifles, I think I would have been fine. Unless it was like an unbelievable defense force, but that probably wouldn't have been all that fair. And if it was an unbelievable defense force, I didn't have to fight to my death. I could have just fled. You know, I will be granted more AI offers eventually, so if it was clear that I was not going to survive, you know, tactical retreat is always an option. I really don't like how fat pawns, you can barely see their moods behind them. That kind of bugs me. I never know if Sexton is about to go crazy or not. But they're hauling in slag faster than Blackjack can even process it. So soon will be a slagless map. I'm actually surprised I haven't had any raids recently. Ooh, it looks like our batteries are draining like crazy. Gonna cut the light. What else is there to cut? Cut the refinery. Okay, they're charging back up because the wind picked up. Alright, so we're about to get medicine production. We don't have the cloth to do it just yet, but when we do... Oh, I don't even have the ability to make any drugs right now. I was like, why is there none? Okay, so when we do, we can make medicine forever. So it requires medicine 6, crafting 3. Cross meets those requirements pretty easily. So the next research I want done, maybe caskets, because caskets are actually could be useful before I even launch the ship. Because if anyone has some sort of life-threatening injury where I would need luciferium or something like that for, I can toss them into a casket and delay their inevitable death, and maybe even keep them in there until launch. Or if the game requires me to rescue a family member or something like that, you know, I can say, oh sure, I'll rescue the family member and then shove them into a casket. It does make the launch a little bit more expensive, but, you know, whatever. Alright, so we're still slowly been going up due to this slag. How heavy is slag? Once Sexton gets out there, let me see. Sexton, you have the best carry. Well, Cross has the best carry weight, but you're pretty good. I could carry a bunch more slag than just one at a time, as long as I micromanaged it. Why are you gathering supplies from... Oh, alright, hold on. I can do better than that. Stockpile. It might be a little harder than it needs to be, but making a fifth of the trips. Okay, fine. You wanna be stubborn like that? Is everyone else in the base? Yes. Lockdown. Fine. Let's see. Try this again. Sexton, would you be so kind as to pick up your max weight in slag? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Yeah, it's actually better. Saves me time. So anytime I see him going for, like Liam, for instance, right now going for slag. A ship and a broken heater. What else? Can you send me something else that's bad? More negative crap. So where is this stupid ship? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Actually, let's not haul the slag just yet. Just gonna make these turrets nice and close. So Sexton's moving in. Liam's moving out. Cross here. start moving those turrets into place. Alright, so Sexton's back. Cancel forming. Drop all the slag. Mr. Liam is going to form a caravan. Liam has the worst carry weight, so he'll be able to carry a little less slag. 4. Still better than 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done, 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 done. That's actually not bad. That's honestly not a bad little approach to slag hauling. I like it. I just have to remember to clear the home zone once I'm done. So the psychic ship will slowly drive Liam insane, because he has sensitivity to it. But we can give him a psychic foil helmet, which is a start. What? Oh, you're getting frozen. Yeah, that's no good. Really, is everything going to break down on me? Repair failed. Come on, man. What, are you not assigned to flicking? You really aren't, are you? Alright, Mr. Blackjack. You will flick. You will flick like you've never flicked before. Alright, so I think, because I just got hypothermia and frostbite, it's time to switch up to a parka. So we have all but one of the turrets up there. In place. What I'm going to do here is I will use slate. So we have 45. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's all the slate we can afford. I'll do the rest in limestone. We don't even have that much lime, do we? Do it in marble, I guess. Marble. And you know what? Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna choke it up and make one line. I think that will be more secure. So you have 2 turrets over here. Alright, I can move one more. No, not even bother. Let's get this built. Then we're going to want a little roof. And then batteries. Oh, but these batteries are not very well charged. So I'm going to take one backup battery and one live battery. Ahem. Battery. Battery. Alright, I think I'm going to have all hands on deck for this one. So my snipers don't have to be that close, but I'll trigger it off with Blackjack, if he would be so kind as to not break my own wall. I'm going to have Blackjack fall back. Human life is not worth a turret. And let's focus on the Inferno. So he sets less stuff on fire. Alright, this first centipede's already down. How am I doing on time? 55 minutes? Yeah, I'll be able to finish this off just in time, I think. Some of these walls are getting pretty shredded. That's why they're there. Alright, so the Inferno's dead. Going for the Scythers now. Maybe I'll go for this Centipede. Centipede's the one that's slaying the walls. Centipede doesn't have a lot of time. Neither of them do. In fact, alright, so some of the walls are gone. One of the turrets pretty damaged, but I'm not going to risk going for it. Alright, so the Centipede's dead. I'm going to have Blackjack kill the ship. Yeah, might be able to save that turret. Especially if we get the ship out of the way, because then all the turrets... Oh, there we go, we did it. That's the last of them. Give shutdown orders. Hauling. And home zone. Alright, with everyone here, let's go ahead and have everyone haul back a turret rather than stand around doing nothing. Cross is eating. Alright, Cross. We'll have you haul that one. So everyone should have a turret in their hands. They do. Perfect. Now we just have to move the rest of them. Rather than going to sleep, I'm going to have them continuing to haul. 4 more. And that way, the batteries aren't being drained other than the passive draining that happens normally and naturally. Another psychic ship crisis averted. Got all my turrets back too. Some need repair, but I don't know. I'd say for a psychic ship attack, that went pretty well. So I am... Well, I've just about hit my hour. So I'm going to call this quits. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for your input and comments. If you have any more input, comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, feedback of any type, let me know, and I'll have to catch you all another time. So adios, friends.